Now, this is from an article I read recently, and it relates to a recent podcast I did regarding the half-a-million-year-old wooden structure on the Kalambo River, which snakes along the border between Zambia and Tanzania. But this one's much closer to home, and is more evidence indicating that our ancient ancestors were more advanced than previously reported. Now, Bouldnor Cliff is a submerged prehistoric settlement site and trackway on Solent, just offshore of the village of Bouldnor on the Isle of Wight. And the site dates from the Mesolithic era and is approximately 6 fathoms deep, or 36 feet in old money. And apparently preservation of organic materials that do not normally survive on dry land have made Bouldnor very important to the understanding of the Mesolithic Britons. Now, funnily enough, this site was first discovered in 1999 when a lobster was observed discarding worked flint tools from its burrow on the seabed. And since 1999, divers have excavated at Bouldnor every year, and I don't think they've found that lobster yet. Around 8,000 years ago, when the Solent was just a river valley, Bouldnor was a settlement site then. And much of the work done so far has already revealed that the technology of Mesolithic settlers was probably 2,000 years ahead of what had previously been believed. Investigators suggest that during the Mesolithic area between 8,000 and 4,000 BC, the Western Solent was a sheltered river basin, rich in woodland and fed by a river. And as the sea levels rose, the Solent flooded the settlement and it was swamped, and the rising waters deposited silt and mud into the original land surface, covering and preserving it. Now, apparently there have been reports from fishermen who had recovered stone tools from the seabed of the Solent going back to the 1960s. But it wasn't until 87 when the submerged remains of the ancient forest were discovered. And due to the fast-flowing tides on the Solent, box sampling was often used for safety, which is collecting large areas of seabed in metal tins, raise them to the surface, and a more thorough examination can be done on dry land safely. And as I previously mentioned, wood from this area is not usually preserved very well, not on land environments, so the quality of wood from the boulder makes it a very important site. And it's got similarity to the older Kalambo River because that was preserved in mud. Findings from the site were large quantities of burnt flints, mounds of timber, and pits dug into the ground. And some timbers show signs of having been extensively worked on. Some split oak logs suggest that large structures, or possibly boats, were being constructed at the site. There was also timbers discovered that seemed to have been fashioned into a type of pipe or conduit, which is not something you connect with the Mesolithic. And some of the worked timbers indicated technological skills that had previously only been associated with a Neolithic area 2,000 years later. So we're learning all the time. A pit that was excavated had been dug into the clay and had been filled with burnt clay nodules, charcoal, burnt stones, and had been covered with 2 large pieces of wood. This may have been an oven. Archaeologists think that many of the finds, like chipped wood flakes, flint knappings, flakes, and even wound fibres that appear to be used as string, suggest evidence of small-scale industry at the site as well as a settlement. Wheat has also been identified at the site, and this wheat is of a type not native to Britain, which suggests the possibility of trading from Europe much earlier than previously supposed by the archaeologists. Now, most of this work that's been done can be found at the Maritime Archaeology Trust Sunken Secrets exhibition at Fort Victoria on the Isle of Wight, which would be very interesting to see.